the name of Uncle Poochie's podcast? 6 Feet Under podcast.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Whenever this message reaches you, listening to another episode of 6 Feet Under podcast. I am your 5'9" host with sophisticated ignorance, Uncle Poochie. What's good, y'all? What's going on? What's happening? What's bragging? What's smacking? What's popping? Yo, fam, what's happening? This is the first time I think I've ever come to you all by myself on YouTube. Yeah, it is the very first time I ever come to you at all. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. If you hear the air conditioning in the background, big whoop. You just gonna have to listen to it, dog. It's 112 degrees outside. It's 86 degrees inside my apartment, and it's too damn hot to be worrying about turning off this AC. But anyways, what's up with y'all? What's happening, family member? What's happening? What's popping? What's going on? Welcome back to the 600 podcast. I'm your 5'9" host, Uncle Poochie. You know, I've said that a whole bunch of times. I've said that a few times, but I'll say it again because repetition is the cousin to success, my friends. And I know if you noticed, I was gone all last month, yo. I was gone. I ain't really even care to be around. Realistically, I had my own things going on. I have my own life. Everybody has their own life, you know what I'm saying? But deadass, I was like, yo, I need to take a chill pill. I think that's a good thing to take sometimes. The chill pill, y'all take chill pills? You take chill pills? I take chill pills. That was my chill pill. I had to chill. I had to dip out for about 3 weeks in some time period and just recombobulate my mind and just look at things. I hope I use that word right, recombobulate. I don't know if that's even a word. But now I had to sit back, relax, and just look at the little things in life, man. You know, sometimes I think, at least when you're creating, it's really easy to get caught up in the monotony of the day-to-day, to creating, to posting, to criticizing. You know, you create, you post, and criticize. That's the three things I do. If you're me, I create things and then I post them and then I critique myself over 100 times on how I could have did it better or how I could have said it better or whatever. But, you know, bro, I can be honest with you. That shit is draining. That type of lifestyle is draining. Sorry, dog. I wasn't lying. It's hot as hell. As you can see, I'm sweating like a motherfucking sweating like a lady of the night in church, boy. But nah, creating can be very exhausting. You know, it can be very exhausting. And if you're like me, I love to create, but what I don't enjoy is I don't enjoy the creative process around other people. So for me, I like to create, but then when it comes down to creating and being creative, I'm a recluse. I like to seclude myself. So that's why I go away for a couple of weeks. But I'm happy, man. I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be back with y'all. I'm happy to be back around y'all. There's a lot of stuff that's going on with your boy and a lot of things that's going down with me. Realistically, with this episode, I'm just coming back to give y'all some updates, telling y'all what's going on. Podcast ain't gone, baby. Podcast ain't dead. We ain't dead. Poochie ain't dead. Honestly, 6 feet under sounds like some dead shit, but we ain't dead, baby. We out here. We actually moving. We actually grooving. We more alive than we've ever been. That's why we've been gone, to be honest. But hey, man, it's all about being blessed. It's all about the blessings. I want to thank every one of you who are watching this. I want to thank every one of you who are listening to this. I want to thank every one of you who ever copped anything, whether it be some merch, whether it be a repost or anything. And baby, thank you so very much. I appreciate you. I know I would not be here if it wasn't for y'all. Feel me? So again, thank you so very much. That being said, let me go ahead and hop into it. So what's been going on with your boy? Tell you about what's been going down with me, why I've been going for a month. Okay. And I will tell you all of this after we come back from our sponsors.
He is the 5'9" host of the 6 Feet Under podcast. My God, he's got fan counts. I'll just bring him up. Give it up for Uncle Poochie!
And we are back. Yo, man, say man, hey, man. Hey, you ever look up one day and you look around and you look up and you look down, and then you look to your left and then you look to your right, and then you realize everything you prayed for is a reality now? Yeah, man, that's where my life is headed. It's like I'm living my own reality TV show now, but without the fakeness, you know, without somebody writing in the script, because this ain't scripted. This is real TV. You know, this is real as it can get, but it's on another level because it's the things you prayed for. And I'm here to tell you that everything you prayed for feels just as good as you thought it felt. But just remember, everything you prayed for comes with everything you did not pray for as well. So that being said, as I'm trying not to be so overly deep and cliche, when you pray for things, oh, you get them, because you're going to keep working till you want. You're going to keep working until you do get them. But what you never really take in consideration, at least I didn't, at least I wasn't able to really stop and think about it, was the consequences for what you wanted. You see, as people, we want these things, we want this lifestyle, we want all this stuff, but we don't really realize what comes with the things that we gain. We don't realize the negative, I guess you could say. And so that's when I was like, yo, I need to take a step back in my life. Things are starting to occur, things are starting to move at a pace that I like, and things are starting to come at me at a pace that I'm not sure about. So it was time to step back. So first things first, anybody listening to this, you've been rocking with your Uncle Poochie for some time, been rocking with your boy. You already know my aunt, unfortunately, she passed away. Rest in peace to you, Swaggy C. I think about you every single day. But my aunt Celestine passed away earlier this year. Yeah, my aunt Celestine passed away actually on my grandmother's birthday. It was crazy, back in March, and that really set me back. That was really tough. That was very difficult. I really didn't think I was going to make it through on certain days. And what make it through, what I mean by that is, like, I didn't think I wanted to. Well, I did. At one point I was like, I think I just need to stop all this. I need to stop this madness. I need to stop all of this. I need to stop stand-up comedy, stop this podcast. I need to do something serious. Life is too short, and I need to be out there. I need to be with my family, and all this stuff, just the simple stuff that we all think of, you know what I'm saying? When we're going through different phases, especially the bad ones. So luckily, with the help of my lovely lady, shout outs to her, I was able to get out of that dark place. And I thought, man, okay, great. All right, let's catch some steady ground. And things started getting a little cool, things started getting a little great. And then unfortunately, tragedy struck again. I had a homeboy from college, my boy Greg Grimes. Unfortunately, he was murdered in Sacramento, and that was another setback, because that was in July. And so we had the aunt situation in March. I'm trying to go through life and understand the preciousness and understand that my dream isn't a joke, and just, it's because I don't know, man. I'm not like y'all. I'm not like most people. When people around me start to die, I start to wonder what I'm doing is serious, and if I should be doing this. I don't know. Maybe some of y'all are like that. Maybe some of you all are listening to me right now and you're like, I don't know what the hell you talking about, Pooch. Shut the hell up. Cool, that's fine. But yeah, man. My boy was unfortunately murdered in July, and then that was another setback. And then I was just like, man, I'm tired, But again, with precision, with God on my side, with a good foundation, and with a great significant other, like the late Maya Angelou, your boy kept rising. And I got to a point where I was like, okay, man, listen, it's July. I've been living in Los Angeles at this point for almost a year. And I don't really think it's going to cut it. I don't really think living here is going to be suitable for me anymore, because as you all know, living in Los Angeles is expensive. It's expensive as hell. Okay. Actually, hell is cheaper than Los Angeles. I think it's cheaper to live in hell than it is to live in Los Angeles. I mean, you can get in with your soul in hell. In Los Angeles, you're gonna need about 5 other people's soul, some witch's brew, Beyonce's baby's hair, and maybe a copy of Detox from Dr. Dre signed himself for you to be able to afford to live in Los Angeles. It is hard as hell to live here. And I was asked out, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I was broke. I was broke as a motherfucking joke. And honestly, for you, luckily, if you want to hear the whole story behind that, announcement, Patreon, baby. Yep, going through it. Been here a whole year. Told you we had some news for you. But on the Patreon, we will be announcing next week the unsolved, untrue, untold stories, whatever, baby. I ain't came up with the title yet. But we coming with the Patreon. And I'm going to tell you about the whole uncharted truth about everything I've been going through here in Southern California for the last year. I'm going to tell you about the people I've met. I'm going to tell you about the stories I've I've been able to encounter with the real names of certain people. I'm gonna tell you about the good things I've done. I'm gonna tell you about some of the bad things I've done. I'm gonna tell you about some of the bad things that have been done to me. But if you want to hear more about this, check out my Patreon next week. It will be dropping. I will be having the links to all that moving forward. But thank you. Yeah, man. So, like I was saying, I was broke, bro. I was dead ass broke. I was out here broke. And if it wasn't for my lady, my significant other, my good woman who you'll meet sometime maybe later on this week. If you know, you know. If you don't know, then you don't know. But anyways, she held it down. And that's another story for another episode. That's why I'm not really getting too deep into it. But yeah, she held it down, to which I will tell you guys in another episode sometime, and I'll give you the truth, the deeper truth on that on the Patreon episode. But yeah, man, my lady held it down, but I was hit with a very, 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 very huge decision. We had to move. We had to move, and we had to move by August 5th. And now, if you're doing the math on this, you know today is definitely past August 5th. So what do you think? Do you think I moved? Do you think I stayed? Do you think you can't believe it's not butter? And you're way too young if you don't get that joke. Well, I'm here to tell you, man, I stayed. Yep, we stayed. Because life. And life happens. And sometimes life happens to you, and sometimes happens for you. And for once in my life, I don't really want to say that it works like this, but once in my life finally happened for me in a way that I was like, damn, thank you. I really appreciate it. Because wow, can I tell you something, y'all? Something happened to me that never, ever, ever happened to me before. I mean, I ain't never, ever had this shit happen to me. I mean, I've dreamed of it. I mean, I've seen it in movies. I mean, I've seen it on the television. But I've never had it happen to me in my life. And do you know what it was? Well, if you guessed promotion, you're damn right. Because that's what happened. I got promoted. I could not believe I got promoted. Actually, I still can't believe I got promoted. Some days I sit around. Some days I sit around and I'm like, wow, I really got promoted. Like someone really looked at my body of work and said, good job. Good job. I feel like Stephon Diggs when he started crying at the end of that Minnesota and Miracle in Minnesota game. Like, for real, that was the cry I did. Now I won't get into on this episode why I got promoted. Oh, by the way, the Patreon episodes will obviously be audio only. I don't know how to do visual on Patreon, and I'd rather not. But anyways, the Patreon episode, I'll explain what my job is. But for right now, I'll just kind of go over a few things because, yeah. But on on July 26th, 2022, I got officially promoted to a position that offers me a sense of financial stability. A sense of financial stability that I've never had ever in my life. So, needless to say, this is a blessing. Some days I'm like, I don't know how I got here. Certain days I'm like, dang, this is my reality. Some days I sit back and I'm like, yo, there's no way God could be this good to me. But then I think about the car accidents. And I think about the setbacks. And I think about the heartbreaks. I think about the people who I thought were my friends who abandoned me. I mean, like literally abandoned me. I mean, like left me for dead. I think about my family and how they've been here to support me. How at times when I was dealing with alcoholism, I was too much. It was too much and I was too much. But they stood beside me. Think about my girlfriend and how God blessed me with her. And at times I'm not worthy of such a great woman. How sometimes I think about I could have ruined that relationship. And I think about all these things, man. And I just think about how thankful I am to have gone through the things I went through. So yeah, man, I know there wasn't really much to this. I know I didn't really divulge much into it, but switching it up. I'm switching it up. I've been coming to you all now consistently for almost 3 years. Some of you all know me personally to a level where I don't even remember saying certain things if you've heard me say. Some of you all enjoy my content. I'm sure some of you probably have wondered where I was at, or some probably didn't give a damn. But I just want you to all know that I am living proof that there is no excuse outside of the ones you make and you live with every single day.